Growing up around and being surrounded by narcissists and people with narcissistic tendencies my entire life. I remember as a child, as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, and even now, I I've watched the people around me. I've watched the way they act. I've tried figuring out what gets them to tick. Um, Honestly, I used to. There was a time in my life where I believed that in this world, I had to be bad to get anywhere because everybody around me was a narcissist or broken people with narcissistic tendencies. And for a moment in my life, I really almost gave up trying to be good, trying to be better than the people around me. But watching these people my entire existence, being molested by narcissists since I was 3 years old. I've been molested numerous times. I wasn't penetrated until I was 13, but it's still a horrible, horrible experience. Watching all of these people my entire life, and as I'm older now and I'm sitting here analyzing all of the knowledge and all of the shit that I've seen, I can say for a fact that narcissism is demonic, like a demon attachment. It's definitely an entity. I can tell you that the difference between narcissists and people with narcissistic tendencies is narcissists seem to be the child molesters. They seem to have given up and sold their soul. Narcissists seem extremely just empty. I have been, in my mind, referring to them as vessels, empty vessels, or puppets, because I can say everybody that has hurt me with no remorse was empty. They all felt empty, the same. So saying that, people with narcissistic tendencies is basically all mankind. People who are disconnected, not connected with source. People who are not connected with themselves. Because we each have two energies, two systems, whatever you want to call it, two sides. We all have two energies. And until we can merge those two energies, we tend to have narcissistic tendencies. And I've also watched and realized that most people aren't even conscious about this. I was one of them when I had my first realization about the two energies. I remember being a teenager and a young adult, and I remember sometimes I would just lose control. When I was with my son's father, he was a cheating, lying, disgusting, slimy scumbag. And I caught him in so many lies and cheating so many times. And he would just call me crazy, psychotic, tell me, if I didn't have any proof to show him that it didn't happen, the whole 9 yards. And I remember one day, luckily my mom was there, and it happened numerous of times, but this one time is a good example. I just snapped. And my other system just took over. My other side just took over. My shadow side took over. She used to be quite the wild. I mean, she still is Don't get me wrong. But quite the wild, crazy lady. But my shadow side took over. I snapped and I dumped bleach all over the bed, all over him. I was splashing all over him, dumping it all over the floor. My mom's pulling me out of the bedroom. He's in bed. And my mom's dragging me out of the bedroom and I'm like dumping bleach. And my mom slammed the door and so I'm pouring bleach all over the door, all over the floor. And I was trying to light that shit on fire. If it was gasoline, he would have burned to death in his bed. So, narcissistic tendencies. Yes, we all have had them, including me. My shadow side would take over, and that's when I would notice, and sometimes it would be over simple little stuff, like I could be with my family and totally, okay, and like nothing, just something somebody said would just set me off, and I would just overreact and lose my shit, or say shit that I ended up regretting later, doing shit that I ended up regretting later. And I would lay there later and I would just be like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? That's because my two systems hadn't merged, hadn't accepted each other and learned to love each other. So I used to hate that part of me. And then I realized now that part of me is the most magical and powerful part of me. She is the best part of me. And we don't go crazy as much as we used to. My shadow side and my light side. But so those are people with narcissistic tendencies, right? People who are like me, like how I was, what I just described. And complete narcissists, they basically, they're soulless. They are completely conscious and aware of how shitty they are, and they allow it. They accept it. They don't care. They have just become empty vessels for this demonic entity to do with as they please. And they are the ones who are the child molesters. And I did record a video and released it earlier, a few days ago or whatever, saying that there's nothing wrong with you. Well, if you touch children, there is something very, 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 very wrong with you. And this is your sign, like, you can change, you can come back around, you can quit hurting so bad, but you have to admit that you have a major fucking issue and you have to stop. It is not okay to hurt our innocent children, our innocence at all. It's not. So that video is for like other people, who kind of operate like how I described how I was. I had to learn that there was nothing wrong with me. When I overreacted like that, it was for a reason. It's because I had healing to do. It wasn't because I was a bad person. It wasn't because I was crazy. It wasn't because I was psycho. It wasn't because I was a stupid bitch. It wasn't because any of this stupid shit that everybody has tried labeling me as. It's because I was traumatized and hurt and I had a lot of healing to do. Narcissists tend to try to break other people. The full-blown empty vessel narcissists, full-blown narcissists, child molesters. They don't have the energy supply. They feel empty and hollow, and they tend to attach themselves to empaths, in which, I'm an empath, obviously. Because empaths are naturally loving and caring and have like that vibe of love and caring. Whereas a narcissist is the complete opposite, and they have no empathy. I mean, they can feel people's pain, but they love it. Like, they don't have the empathy that empaths have. They're empty, they're hollow, they're hurt. They have no energy, I guess, in everything I've been learning, basically. Empaths are energy creators, and narcissists are the they are the doorway for this entity, this demonic entity, to get the energy and the innocence that it feeds off of, right? And pain, like it feeds off of people's empaths' pain, people's pain, the innocence pain. So I'm going to be doing more on that a little bit later. I love you guys.